Welcome everyone to the Voice of Leadership show presented by Bookalooza. Today we have Dr. Mrinalini, who is a beacon of educational excellence, wielding a profound impact wherever she goes, holding an illustrious array of accolades, including the prestigious Best Principal Awards from various esteemed institutions and governmental bodies. Her journey epitomizes dedication, innovation, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Her journey is marked by a relentless pursuit of innovation and creativity, evident in her pivotal role in implementing transformative projects like the Smart School Project and pioneering e learning initiatives. With a plethora of skills ranging from effective communication to strategic leadership, Dr. Mrinalini epitomizes the modern educational leader capable of steering institutions towards commendable heights with value based education and service at its core. So, without wasting time, let's get started. So, first of all, ma'am, I welcome you to this session.
Thank you
And
so much.
so let's start this. So first of all, I would like to know, what's your leadership style actually? I mean, you have got so much accolades at your credit. So, like, what exactly is your leadership style? If it's possible for you, could you just describe that in just 3 words? Like, what would it be?
See, three words that describes a good leadership quality or a good leader is, according to me, EES. It
Okay.
is empowerment, empathy, and self-discipline. So
Okay.
these are the three words which I've been following since last 25 years. I'm in field of education. So
Hmm.
even if a person is a teacher, he or she is leader of the class he is taking. So the day I have entered in my classroom in 2001, from that day till date, I have always visualized myself being a very empathetic leader.
Hmm.
Sometimes people do take you can say disadvantage, or they are fooling you around, but ultimately it pays a lot at the end of the day. So
Right.
being empathetic, understanding your student, understanding your teachers, understanding your team, and then helping them out to grow and empowering them. So I have
Hmm.
always done this in my class and in my school, where I have given target to my teacher and to my students that this is the goal which I want you to achieve,
Hmm.
and whatever way you feel correct, whatever style you want to use in your classroom, or whatever methodology you want to use, I am not going to force you. Methodology will be yours, but this is what is the learning outcome I expect in my child or in my student. So I'm complete empowerment. Then I do not disturb them, I do not ask them that what is the status. I only ask them in the deadline date. Okay, this is the work given and this is the deadline date. So you give me the report what has happened in this last 1 week. So a
Hmm.
complete empowerment, having faith in my team, and then self discipline in myself. So when I am a leader, I have to set example. If I am not following discipline in my timelines or in achieving targets or in handling students, then I cannot expect the same in my students and in my teachers. So I always ensure that I am the first person to enter in the school. I am the first person to complete all the work before my teachers, and I am the first person to follow all rules and regulations, whatever I want my team to follow. So these three things have helped me a lot to grow as a leader.
Hmm. I mean, this is superb. Like, I mean, it's very impressive. So, obviously, I'm in sync with you because once you give freedom, authority, and you empower the other person, but you trust, so that makes a lot of impact. A lot of impact. I mean, you can see the results in a different manner. Yeah. So, I mean, this is amazing. And apart from this, like, what does your morning routine look like?
See, now I'm having so many things around me in the school, almost 1,000 students and more than 70 teachers. So the entire day is very hectic. But before I start my day, I ensure that I do 10 minutes of meditation, because being a principal, being a leader, I have to take negativity of so many people when I'm sitting in my room. I have to, you can say that parents are coming and crying for their children if children are not performing or not disciplined. Teachers are having issues. So entire day I have to take so much of negativity. So I have to be very positive. So I ensure that I start my day with 10 minutes of meditation, anulom vilom, and little bit of yoga, so that entire day I'm staying positive, or else entire negativity around me which I have to take and give solutions would
Mm-hmm.
completely take over me. So that is why my morning routine is 10 to 15 minutes of yoga and meditation.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually required these days because there is so much of, things happening around us, and we need to, protect our energy. So I
Yes.
think that's so much, required. And I think it's really a good initiative at your, part that you have been doing yoga, like even if it's for a small time, but at least you are doing it. So I mean, kudos to you. Okay. So, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
See, if I have superpower, I would like to have a power to read minds of people who are meeting me or sitting with me, so that at least when children are there in front of me, or my teachers or my parents are there, there are certain things which they want to say, but due to hesitation, or due to their own family problems, or due to their own personal issues, they are not able to say, and it disturbs them, and later on it affects their performance in academics or in the school. Or
Yeah.
even parents mental status also sometimes get disturbed. They cannot discuss their personal things with me, and being an external person of their family, but it actually affects the students upbringing. So I
Yeah.
would love to know what is going on in the mind of people,
Mm-hmm.
and it will definitely bring about other things also, not only happiness to resolve issues, but
Right.
if I'm able to read mind of people, I will also be able to know who's thinking good about me or bad about me. So staying cool and calm with a person who is thinking bad about me, and still I am good with him or her, maybe that will bring lot of you can say balance or power in me, that this person is thinking bad but I'm still thinking good about him, and I want to do good to him. So maybe that power would also help in the end, how to get away with all negativity.
Yeah. I think that's really a nice answer because even sometimes I also think like I need to scan people's minds, what is, going on in their mind. So, like, if I
But
get
it
that,
is a boon and bane both. It is a
yeah.
boon and bane both.
Yeah. So everything has got its merits and demerits, but still, at least for a day, if I get the superpower, at least I'll
Ah,
have that idea. First of all, I need to scan Sundar Pichai's brain, what is in his brain, and Google, like,
ah,
how he does everything so nicely. And I mean, I'm really proud of him, like,
ah.
he is representing India in US, and the kind of activities which he is doing, and the world is using Google. So
Yes.
I mean, impressive.
And he comes from a very average family.
Yeah, I know. I have read about his background, about his relationship and all that, his education. But I mean, it's like hats off to his intelligence and the
Yes.
activity he is doing. Amazing. What's your favorite song?
I love patriotic song, and there was a movie of Kangna Ranaut, Manikarnika. मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारतीय रहना चाहिए. I
Okay.
love that song, and I ensure that my students perform on this song every 15th August and 26th January, and they
Wow.
know it very well. So they choreograph the same song in different ways, and they present because they know I love this song. The beats, the tunes, the words. If you really listen to it, it touches your heart. And if you love your country, definitely it is going to touch your heart.
Yeah. So, do you love singing also? If
No,
yes,
no,
you can
I
sing.
don't sing. I'm a very bad singer. When I was young, I was in eighth standard. I remember our English teacher was preparing one group song for inter-house group song competition. So I was
Okay.
in Tagore House and I was singing along with the choir. And ma'am was like, okay, you sing loudly. Why you people are singing so slowly? You sing loudly. So I
Uh,
started singing very loudly. And she said that there is someone's voice which is very, very bad. And she kept moving her ear around everyone's face. And then she caught me and she told, this is the girl whose voice is very bad. You please go out of this choir group. You are spoiling it. So I never tried singing after that. Although I loved singing, but then I realized that I can't sing.
okay. Even I am a very bad singer.
But I
But
love singing. Even if I'm bad, but I love singing.
when you are alone, nobody is listening to you. Maybe you
Ha,
can sing just for
you
yourself.
can sing just for yourself. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, could you name your favorite principal colleagues?
Okay. I worked under Mr. B. Vinod, Delhi Public School principal, and I worked there for almost 3 to 4 years. And he's my favorite principal, I can say. Very strict, but
Okay.
still very soft from inside and very disciplined. And second principal whom I worked with was Mr. M.S. Rahman. So Mr. B. Vinod taught me how to be strict when you are right, along with your team and with your students. And MS Rahman taught me how to be empathetic, how to accommodate thoughts of other team members, and how to understand and how to be a good listener when you are a leader. And third principal is Mrs. Rita Singh. She is principal director of Indrapuram Public School. She taught me how to be a good planner and how to be a good learner whole life.
Okay.
So these three principles have actually helped me to grow in my life as a leader, you can say.
Hmm. Okay. If you could swap lives with any cartoon character for a day, who would it be?
Doraemon.
Okay.
When
I think.
my daughter was very young, she used to see Doraemon. So whenever I used to see with her, like I've watched all cartoons with her. I
Okay.
enjoy seeing cartoon movies with her. So I was seeing when I used to see Doraemon. So I used to wonder, like he's so smart, he's having technological solution for everything. Any kind of problem Nobita says, he's having solution for it. So I want to be a Doraemon so that if anyone comes with an issue or problem, I just pull out a device from my pouch and give it to the person. Here is the technology, you can use it.
Okay, that's impressive. What's the best compliment you have ever received?
Hmm. Best compliment. See, recently there was a girl whose name is Akansha Jha, and she had some financial issues after her 10th standard. And her mother was like withdrawing her from my school, saying that I'll not be able to pay her fees. I said, it's okay. I'll manage her fees. She's very intelligent. Let her study. So one of my seniors asked me, why are you spending your hard earned money on her? I said, I can see spark in that girl. And I have never failed. Like my intuition has never failed with respect to a student because I've been in this field since last 25 years. So if I say that this child is going to do something great, definitely he or she will do so. My money is not going to go waste. It will
Mm-hmm.
be utilized. So this year she has cracked her IIT. IIT
Wow.
mains she has cracked and preparing for advanced. And when her mother came and told me that you have saved not one child, you have saved my entire family. So now
Wow.
when she will grow and she will develop, she'll get a good career and financially she will be strong. Definitely entire family will be supported by her. So you have saved entire family. That was the greatest compliment I can think. Like in last 25 years, I have got.
Okay. This is so heart touching.
Uh,
I mean, you not only look good at face, but you are a very good soul. I mean, I must say, like, I think I have got that superpower that I can scan you.
when she gave the result, I was like, I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Usually, I tell that this child is entered in my room, what she or he will do. I can find out by the activities of the child, how focused he will be. So when parents come and tell that in sixth and seventh standard the child is not performing or their academics is deteriorating, I always say that this age, sixth, seventh, is the age when child is actually growing up and he is exploring so many things. So
Yeah.
maybe academics is at back front,
Right.
or they are not focusing more on academics. But since child was very intelligent earlier, so whatever basics he has taught these 1 or 2 years, he has lost the focus. You have to just counsel the child. You have patience, counsel the child. 8th and 9th standard, the same child will excel. And I have seen children excelling who are below average and average till 8th standard. Suddenly in 9th, 10th standard, they realize that they have to study and they
Hmm.
excel, they do very well. And opposite also happens. Children, those who are very good in academics till 8th, 9th standard, suddenly they stop studying, or suddenly something happens in 10th standard and they get less marks, or academically they are not focusing. So vice versa happens.
Yeah.
Nothing is like fixed that this child will remain like this only. So today I always tell parents, today you do not judge your child. Keep
Right.
counseling them, keep talking to them. It will show result, maybe not today,
Right.
maybe after few years, or maybe after 1 year or few months, but result will be seen. You have to talk to children instead of fighting with them.
Okay. So, have you ever received any, faced any insult in your lifetime of which you are proud of?
Yes, when I joined my teaching profession in 2001, so question paper making is a skill. Earlier in 2001, there was no mobile, no Google, and internet facility also was not there in everyone's hand. And I was taking classes 6 to 12. So
Hmm.
my head of the department asked me to prepare final exam paper. So we have a technology, or you can say in teaching methodology, there's a technique called as Bloom's taxonomy. So question paper is to be made based on Bloom's taxonomy, where weightage is to be given as per the steps of Bloom's taxonomy. So I made question paper and I gave it to my head of the department. I eighth class question paper. At that time, MCQ had not come in picture. 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 marks, 5 marks. These were the marking of the question paper. So when I gave her the question paper, she just went through it and she threw it on my face, saying that what rubbish you have made. That was first question paper I made, and she told it is a rubbish question paper. I will throw it in dustbin. And I was like, what wrong in this? Question paper is having all marks as you told me. She told me, you sit down here. 1 mark questions, you have given five. Now, 1 mark question, child has to spend only 5 minutes. Because more than 5 minutes, if he is spending on 1 mark question, definitely in 3 hours, he will not be able to complete his question paper. So now I am giving you 5 minutes. You are a teacher. You know all the answers. You don't have to remember it. You write all the answers of these five questions in 5 minutes. I started writing and it took 10 minutes. Then she told, why 10 minutes you took? I was speechless. Then she told me, see what you have, questions you have set. The answers is of 2 lines.
Hmm.
So you don't have to remember, but you have to write 2 lines.
Right, right.
One, if you are giving 1 marks question to a child, he should be writing only one word.
Hmm.
That's all. One word if he is writing, then only he will be able to complete his paper in 3 hours. So if he is writing three lines for 1 mark question, then what will he do for two marks, 3 marks, and 5 marks? So you're not putting yourself in the place of a student who's of 12 years and 13 years old. You are thinking that they are genius and they will be able to write everything. So that day I realized how question paper is to be made. So after making question paper, I ensured that I write the answers, marking scheme in 3 hours. Handwritten at that time we used to do.
Hmm. Hmm.
Typing was not there, laptop was not there. So handwritten I used to do. for 3 hours. If I'm able to complete it in 2.5 hours, 3 hours, because I'm a teacher, I know the answers. So maybe
Yeah,
I'm able to complete it in 2 hours or 2.5 hours. That means child will be able to do it. So that insult ensured that till date, when I'm setting question paper or if I'm seeing any question paper, I just check that what would be the answers and whether it is a marking scheme is correct and student will be able to answer it properly or not.
hmm, very nice.
And then one more time, like when I was a teacher in DPS, Mr. B. Vinod was there. So when I joined DPS, I was very young, and students were little notorious. So whenever I used to say anything, they used to start shouting. They never brought their homework. They never brought completed their work. So what I did was I knew that they are scared of principal. So I made a line of students and I told them I'm taking you to principal. There were 35 students in the class, and 35 students brought them in front of principal's office. B.
Hmm.
Vinod sir did not say anything. He just scolded students and told them that next time if you are called here, then I will call your parents and you will get the strict punishment. But he called me in my room and he said that if I have to do your work of getting the homework done, then why are you here in the school?
Right.
So you
Makes.
should know the tactics. You should know the all ways how to get the homework done, how to get the notebooks completed. It is your duty. You cannot take help from me for every time whenever children are not doing homework. And then once I left the classroom in the same school, when I joined, students were shouting. I was new, so they didn't accept me. So they started shouting, they started making voices and misbehaving. So I just got angry and I left my textbook and I ran away to my staff room. I said, I will not teach you. I thought they will come behind me and they'll ask, ma'am, please padha do. But then my head of the department said, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Roy told me, ma'am, he used to speak Hindi only. मैम आप मैदाने जंग से पीठ दिखा के वापस आई हैं आपको क्या लगता है कि वहां से आपके पास आएंगे लोग बुलाने के लिए अभी आपने वो जगह ही नहीं बनाई उनके दिल में कि वो आपको बुलाने आए तो आप मैदाने जंग में उतरिए लड़िए अपनी जगह बनाइए उसके बाद आप जब किताब रखेंगे तो आपके पैर पे गिर जाएंगे पढ़ाने के लिए then I returned back and then I stayed in DPS for almost 7 years. And till date, students tell that, ma'am, you are the best teacher we ever got in your life.
Oh, wow. I think these incidents, like, they are, it is like, they either make or break you, but you took it
Yes,
in such a positive way that they actually made you for who you are today.
yes, yes.
So, I mean, this is really impressive. Okay, cool. Okay, so if you could add any one subject to your current curriculum, what would it be?
I would like to add Puran to my curriculum.
Okay.
There are so many Purans and it has solution for all the issues today's generation is facing. And children are actually going away from the roots.
Right.
European countries are finding solutions in our roots. They are
Right.
reading our Purans, they are reading Sanskrit, they are reading entire Hindu mythology,
Mm,
you can say, and we are forgetting it. So
right.
I would like to introduce all Purans because students do not know how many Purans we have. We do not have Vedic history or ancient Indian history, you can say. In our
Hmm,
curriculum, only one chapter is there in class 5th and 6th, which is of 2 to 3 pages. So I
hmm.
would like to elaborate it and I would like to add it as a subject in my school.
Impressive. And I mean, if you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be?
Shri Krishna.
Wow.
If I have to select, why should I select somebody who is human being? Why not a historical figure who is a god?
You can. So you are I think you are a diehard devotee of Lord Krishna, right?
Yes.
Cool.
So I would like to, because he's, I
Have
don't
you
know, like,
creative thing for him? Like,
I'm sorry, can you just repeat?
have you done any creative thing for Lord Krishna, like like people do for Laddu Gopal? So have you done some sort of things like for?
I have, usually people have Radha, the miniature of Radha, you can say, and Laddu Gopal. But I have only Laddu Gopal. So whenever Radha Ashtami comes, so I decorate my Laddu Gopal as Radha ji. So
Wow,
I make plat and all, then I make him wear lehenga and all, and then after that I make him Radha and I celebrate. So
wow.
why Krishna? I believe you can say that I have read two Purans and Gita, and I have come to know I only one line that summarizes for me in Gita is Lord Krishna says when Arjun was very, you can say he was feeling bad to kill his own relatives, and he just left all his weapons and he was sitting quietly, and he said that I'm not going to do this, and I will not be able to kill my own relatives, and I don't think so that I will be able to win this war, because they all are great warriors and I'm
Hmm.
nothing in front of them.
Right.
Krishna ji says that if you have faith in God, and if God is standing next to you, and God has decided that He is going to make you win this war, nothing in this world can beat. But if God has decided that you have to lose this war, still, if you are having all great warriors towards your side, nothing is going to make you win this war. So वो मैंने ऐसा याद किया हुआ है कि अगर भगवान ने चाह लिया, कुछ लेने पर आ ही गए, तो उनसे आप क्या बचा लेंगे और कैसे बचा लेंगे? और अगर देने पे आ गए तो सारी दुनिया ऑपोजिशन में खड़ी हो जाए कि इसे कुछ नहीं देना है, फिर भी उसको दिए बिना वो कैसे रह जाएगा?
Same.
इसलिए आराम से शांति से जीवन व्यतीत करो, क्योंकि अगर वो है तो आप शांत हैं, जो मिलना है वो मिलना ही है, अपना कर्म किए जा. So that is why I believe in Lord Krishna, that you are doing your work and leave everything. Na? What is yours will never go from your hand. But what is not yours, you will never get. So what you have not got, do not regret for it. It was not yours. Why will you get it? Be happy.
Hmm. But most of the people, they don't think like this. They think like, I need to grab this, I need to
Ha,
have this in my
ha.
life because they
That
don't, they
is
have
why
not
they are
taken.
unhappy. That
Yeah,
is why
that
they
is,
are unhappy.
yeah. Because, and you rightly said that, you need to introduce subjects like Quran because they tell you like, because they give you a, soul knowledge actually, which is required. Right now,
Which is
whatever
very
you yeah,
spiritual knowledge. And now CBSE and NEP is introducing spiritual empathy. So we have four empathy, fifth one is happiness empathy, and sixth one is spiritual empathy, which is very important. You have to
right,
connect your mind and soul, then only you will be contented, then only you will be happy. So many suicides students are doing, children are getting depressed, children are stressed because they are not connecting their soul and mind.
right.
So that is why spiritual knowledge is very important, irrespective of any religion. Every religion talks about spirituality. Every religion talks about contentment. Every religion talks about helping others.
Hmm.
So these things have to be just inculcated in the life of children. That's all.
Right. So, finally, do you have any message for our viewers?
I'm very thankful to you, and I'm so happy that I could share my views and my challenges and my journey in my career with your viewers. And I would want all your and my viewers to understand that life is only about contentment. So
Right.
everyone should think about being contented. Whatever you have, if you have performed well and if you are satisfied and contented that okay, fine, my work is done, I'm happy,
Hmm.
and least expectations. Do your work, stop expecting, and be contented, and your life will be sorted for everything.
But do you think that, like, theoretically it is fine that we talk about contentment, but when it comes to practicality, like many people have so many hassles and troubles in their lives. So I mean, contentment sometimes, I mean, loses its meaning in their lives. So I mean, how can we apply, in that specific situation, like, because the person is definitely not contented, because whatever he is getting, he's not happy, and that sadness in his life is making him discontented.
See, actually, being contented is can be achieved only through practice. See, you have to control your mind and emotions.
Hmm.
Today I am having 2 BHK flat, but my brother is having a bungalow, or my sister is having a duplex in a big society. I am not having, but I am contented because I get happiness in this 2 BHK only. Or
Hmm.
maybe I'm having a very small car, or I'm not having car only. I'm traveling by vehicle, by public transport, auto, or I'm walking. So you have to train your mind that I'm walking. At least I have my legs.
Right.
What if I don't have legs? I may not be able to walk. Okay, I am getting less salary. It is not satisfying all needs or luxuries of my life. What if I don't have salary at all? What if I am not getting work only? What if I am giving interviews but I am not able to crack any interview, so I'm not earning anything? So these kind of situations you have to put yourself in. Okay, fine, you are giving interviews, you are not getting job. At least you have degrees to give interviews. There are many people who don't have degrees and they are forced to do meager job of cleaning and sanitation. So I'm better than them. At least I can go give interviews. Maybe I will not get job of what I am expecting, salary and all. So I can come down on my salary, which can at least satisfy my three basic needs. So
Right.
you have to train. Being
Yeah.
contented cannot come. Being happy, being contented cannot come on its own. You have to train. Being patient, it cannot come on its own. It has to be practiced. Every day it has to be practiced. Every situation it has to be practiced. And when you practice it daily, then only in 10, 20, 30 years you develop. That is how all Rishi Munis have developed. No?
Yeah. It takes
It
years.
doesn't it doesn't come by birth. It doesn't grow on its own. You have to develop, you have to train your mind, you have to control your emotions. Every time you are feeling low, you have to compare yourself with a person who is below you. You have to
Right.
put yourself in his place, that what if I was there? At least I am having this. So this training of mind over the years will bring happiness and contentment. You cannot get it overnight. And this contentment starts at very young age. I'm not
Yeah.
having this cloth, I'm not having this brand, I'm not having that shoes, I'm not having that brand. At least I'm having shoes. At least I'm having cloth.
Hmm. Right. Okay. It's time to wrap up the session now. And thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. And let's continue to strive for excellence in education, for it is the cornerstone of a brighter future for all of us. To our
Thank
viewers,
you.
thanks for watching us, and stay tuned for more podcasts of the inspiring leaders like Dr. Mrinalini. Thank you, ma'am, once
Thank you.
again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.